This is Rachel Gordon, and I have the lovely pleasure of sitting down right now with Ryan Dahle. Dahle, how do you?
Dahle.
I
Most
like
people
that.
in North America say Dahl.
Dahle. I like Dahle. It's like,
Yeah.
has a certain sophistication to it.
Yeah, if
Go
you're,
with
if you're in Norway, they'll say Dahle.
Will they?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what they go for? I like that.
Yeah, in fact, my brother went there once and they said, "Welcome home, Mr. Dahle." So apparently our name is Norwegian, way back.
Norwegian? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, the more you know.
But we're Heinz 57s.
Well, okay, so off the bat, I just wanted to congratulate you because, well, for many things, so many things right now. First off, the 20th anniversary of that first release.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
That was fun. Yeah, we played lots of anniversary shows.
Yeah?
Where we played the whole record straight through. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any preference between playing the record straight through versus like playing different songs, or?
Well, it's fun to play it straight through because that's how you remember it. You know, that's how you remember listening to it all those times. So it's easy to know what the next song is on the set list because it's just right there.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that what you're performing today? We're sitting at Turf right now?
No, we kind of did those shows. We stopped doing that about a month ago or so, and now we're just playing miscellaneous shows. We kind of got a little anxious about not playing as many new songs. We were doing them all at the end of the set, which is great, but so now we've been playing more songs from Balaclava and IO and more new songs because our last record just came out less than a year ago, so it came out in February, so yeah.
Very exciting. And then another congratulation is I heard that the video for Hot Knife was nominated.
Yeah, Hotel Knife. Yeah, Hotel Knife. Hot Knife sounds good, though. It's kind of about Hot Knife.
Yeah, so I hear Hotel Knife was nominated.
Yeah. It was,
for the Western Canadian Music Awards, right?
Yeah, my bandmate in my other band, Mounties, Steve Bays, we were touring around Europe, and we just kind of willy-nilly made a video when we were in Berlin for Hotel Knife, and so he edited it, and he's got nominated for an award for Best Video. So,
that's exciting.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Was it good to shoot?
It was really fun, because we just had a day off in Berlin, hanging around, walking near the wall and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. We were in this really strange hotel. Okay. And that's kind of what thought made us think of it.
Strange how?
It was just, like the elevators were painted all pink, and it was sort of like a music hotel. You could order a guitar and amp to your room.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
And we did some other stuff there too. Hawksley, we made a video for Hawksley as well. Yeah. It's kind of live, him singing at a piano. So, yeah. So it was a fun day.
So in terms of, you've been involved in a few projects now, differing. We have Limblifter, we have Mounties.
Yeah.
How does that differ, like your project to project? How do you approach kind of these different groups?
Well, I kind of just show up on the job site and whatever needs to be done, I do, right?
Fair.
So, I've recorded a lot of bands over the years as well, and worked on other people's records in every different capacity. I just co-wrote the first song on the new Mother record that's about to come out.
Really?
And I recorded 4 of the B-sides for their record as well.
Okay.
And, I worked on a Chaos record. I did that double record that he did. I co-wrote and produced a bunch of it. And Dustin Bentall, and just the list goes on and on. Just bands that I've kind of worked with. It's just a really great experience to do other things for bands other than everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I like to learn, and I like to do whatever needs to be done to help people make music.
How different, if at all, do you find it writing for someone else and writing for yourself?
Well, again, I think it's just I've kind of gotten used to just being able to facilitate people. So if someone's writing, I can help them get past the hurdles if they have any at the moment.
Nice.
So because sometimes it takes a long time to write a song on your own because you're kind of sometimes they just pop out really quickly.
Yeah.
So if you need material and you're recording right now, then I can always help. So I feel like.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's cool to be able to take on that sort of role.
Yeah. It's a lot of people's favorite part, the creation part.
Yeah.
So I think in my case, I kind of stress that most of my, my personal musical career. I've just sort of always been just trying to make something, always trying to create something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good approach to have, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of this Limblifter 20th anniversary or 20th, obviously in 20 years, a lot changes. Mm-hmm. Is there kind of one or a few particular things that when you listen Even in terms of performing, like when you perform then compared to now, or how your sound has developed, or are there a few key things where you listen to that you at the beginning and you now, and you really notice how things have changed?
You mean like about the way that we make music, or just like the what you mean the like
everything? What are those key differences that you see?
You mean like from then till now?
Yeah.
It's surprising that it's kind of the same challenges.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. It's just I think the challenge is always to just get into the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what I am always focused on, is trying to get myself and everybody I'm working with into the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
You know, so that you're out of you start to transcend what it is you're actually doing and your instrument and the technical aspects of what's going on.
Yeah.
Once you transcend all the technical things, you can start to reach a higher level and challenge and channel things that are not you and that don't belong to anyone. They're just in the atmosphere. You know.
You definitely seem to have. I mean, you mentioned being the kind of a facilitator of things with other people, and this idea of kind of getting past all the little things and trying to reach that plane. Have you always approached music in this way of kind of like it being about the mindset and it being about letting things come to you, or is that something that you developed over time?
Yeah, so I guess that's a good question. Like that's what you're asking, I guess, is that I think I recognize it more. I know what it is when I get close to it, or when other people get close to it. So when it's almost like you can see lightning about to strike, or at least you do recognize it when it's there. So I think if anything, I've been able to recognize what it is I'm looking for and try to get there quicker and easier, you know.
Nice.
So that's kind of what I've always kind of been obsessed with, you know, like how do we get to that point? And knowing that it's not a technical thing, it's a something else, you know.
In terms of, I mean, we're sitting here at the Toronto Urban Roots Festival. It's a pretty big fest. I mean, some performers have preferences when it comes to small venues, big venues, festivals. Do you personally have any of those preferences?
I used to have preferences like that.
Okay.
And I don't anymore. I used to not like this and not like that, and, you know, feel more at home at this.
Yeah.
You know, but I think you, throughout your career, you sort of start to embrace all the different aspects of what we do, you know, and you try to get better at each thing. So I think being that I feel really challenged by certain situations, I've wanted to get better at them, you know. So you know, playing outdoors, for instance, can be really challenging for a whole bunch of reasons. You know, especially if you're not used to it. All of a sudden, you're playing outside, and you know, the sun's in your eyes and whatever else. You know, it goes on and on from there. It sounds different. You can't see your pedals, and it's the middle of the day. It's like, we're not supposed to play music at this time, but you are, you know. Who said that? Who made that rule? So I like it. I like the challenge. It's kind of like every job is a different job, you know. Like
kind of adapting to those situations then.
Yeah, like one night you'll play at midnight, and the next day you'll play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it kind of fucks with you a bit.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like digging a hole. It's like you dig a hole at midnight or you dig a hole in the afternoon. Why not?
Yeah.
So.
Nice. So what do you find, I mean, with Limblifter, but also with any of your projects, kind of the bands that you yourself are in, what motivates that next album or that next song? When do you feel that, is it the same always, or does it differ when you have that moment where it's like, we have to go back, we have to keep recording?
I guess I'm recording all the time, so because I've always been obsessed with that aspect, I've always been, I guess because we started as a live band, I was so drawn to the studio, like I was so drawn to trying to learn that aspect of it, because we kind of got the performing part down, and then I'm one of those people who likes to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I got obsessed with the studio, and so I try to keep the gates open all the time, so that I'm never starting from scratch. I'm never going, okay, now I'm going to write. You know, like it's like that's the worst position to be in.
Yeah, like
sitting
down and forcing yourself to
write.
It.
Yeah. So this way I just keep the microphones ready. I keep the amplifier set up. I keep things ready to go, so that if I feel like I'm inspired to do something, or if a friend comes by and we start writing something, I'm 2 seconds away from pressing record.
Nice.
So yeah.
I guess the last question I would have for you is, in these different collaborations and kind of these people you find, do you find it is kind of coming across people you just work well with and meld with, or is it like going out and seeking these people, or do you just find yourself thrown into these situations?
I guess it's a bit of both, but for the most part, I just find myself in those situations because I'm just always working on music, and people come around, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you also have to be open to things happening, you know.
Yeah.
If you never go out or if you never meet anybody new, then nothing's ever going to happen. But I was really lucky to fall into this band, Mounties, and with two of the best songwriters I've ever witnessed. So you know, there's a big portion of my MO is just to learn, and so learning from them is really great.
Nice.
And you know, you don't always want to be teaching; you also want to be learning, or you just want to be playing. You know, just want to be playing together with people, collaborating is really great when you don't feel like you're pulling them along, and that you don't feel like they're pulling you along. When you feel like you're on even ground, then it feels good, and it's easier to get to that state of channeling.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, Mr. Dahle,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sitting down with us. It was great to have a chat.
Thanks so much. It's so great.